What we're going to do now is trim this new cutaway cable to the correct length. Now you're going to want to check with the manufacturer's instructions and see what they say for your the rig you're using. This particular rig is equipped with an RSL on the left side, and typically the RSL side of the cable is 1 inch longer than the non-RSL side, as you want the non-RSL side to release prior to the RSL coming under tension and deploying the reserve, or you could end up with a horseshoe malfunction. So it's pretty important you pay attention to it. On this particular rig, if you look in the manufacturer's instructions, it tells you that the ideal finish length should be between 5.5 and 7 inches. They don't give a specific for the RSL, but I also compared the length to the original cable from the manufacturer. So we'll take a quick look at the comparison and what we've got going here. If I measure from the housing to the dot on the old length, it comes out at about 5 inches long, and if I do the same on the RSL side, it comes out at 6 inches long. So this is about right for what they were saying, but just so that I can obey by their original number, I'm actually going to add a ½ inch to the non-RSL side, so I'll put a dot at 5.5 inches, and then on the RSL side I'll increase it to 6.5 inches. That way I abide by their rules. And another note on this, I've made sure that the cutaway pillow is all the way in and snug, and that I've already stretched out the yoke to simulate a hard opening so that the cables are adjusted to that finished length. I'm now going to trim the cable using cable cutters. I typically find dikes are not good for this. You do need a good spoke cutter tool or cable cutter for this. So now I've trimmed them off, and I'll take a lighter and I'm going to just melt back some of the Lowlon, the yellow stuff that covers this covers the cable, and I'll warm it and then just smush it up. I found it's best if you introduce the cable into the blue part of the flame, even though it's not the absolute hottest bit. It does give me a nice finish on it, and you want to make sure that all of the strands of wire are covered, otherwise they can grab part of your part of the lock-in loop from the riser, and that's not the kind of fun you want to have while you're jumping. And just take your time. Pretty nice. What I'll do now is I'll just double check my numbers. So RSL side 6.5, non-RSL side 5.5. Perfect.